Today, we explore the backbone of commerce, supply chain management. This isn't just moving products, it's about doing so responsibly and sustainably, from sourcing right through to delivery. In this segment, we will unravel the fundamentals of supply chain management by focusing on the value chain concept. In our first section, let's define what we mean by supply chain. It encompasses the full creating and delivering of goods, starting from raw material extraction to the hands of the consumer. But it's not just about movement, it's a complex process involving production, distribution, and consumption. The ultimate goal in supply chain management is precision and efficiency. One aims to get the right products, in the correct quantities, to the appropriate locations, all at the optimal time, and of course, cost-effectively while also keeping our customers' needs at the forefront. Now, let's break down the core components of a supply chain. It starts with suppliers who provide raw materials. These materials are transformed by manufacturers into finished goods. Distributors then take over to move these products through various channels. Retailers act as the final link by selling the goods to consumers, completing the supply chain cycle. However, there's more than just the physical product moving through this chain. We also manage the flow of information and finances. The product flow tracks the movement of goods from supplier to customer. The information flow allows for decisions and visibility at every stage. And lastly, financial flow involves payment schedules, credit terms, and consignments, ensuring the economic vitality of the entire supply chain. Let's delve deeper into the dynamics of supply chain flows. These are the arteries of the entire system, vital for its health and efficiency. Product flow is the core, the physical movement of goods from where they're made to where they're used. It includes not just the delivery but also the return of goods for service needs or customer returns. Information flow is the digital backbone of the supply chain. Information flow ensures everyone involved, from supplier to customer, is informed. It's about transmitting orders, tracking products, and updating the status of deliveries at every step. Financial flow regards how money's movement mirrors that of the goods and information. It encompasses payment schedules, credit terms, and the management of consignments and ownership arrangements. Often overlooked, reverse flow deals with what comes back, waste, byproducts, or discarded items. It's crucial for recycling efforts and final disposal, including the process of reverse logistics. Each of these flows is a critical component that helps a supply chain function seamlessly, with sustainability and efficiency at its core. Next, let's dissect what exactly we mean by a sustainable supply chain. This is a holistic approach that extends far beyond the product itself. It covers the extraction of raw materials, the manufacturing processes, the distribution channels, the consumption patterns, and the recycling initiatives. In a sustainable supply chain, we lay a foundation on the three pillars of sustainability: environmental integrity, social equity, and economic prosperity. These principles should guide actions across the entire supply chain. The goal is ambitious but essential: to reduce the ecological footprint of our activities and optimize the use of resources. Simultaneously, we strive to safeguard the rights and well-being of the workforce and communities that are part of, or affected by, our supply chain. Each link in the supply chain offers a chance to build a legacy of sustainability, ensuring that profitability does not come at the expense of people or the planet. As we navigate the concept of sustainability in supply chains, it's vital to recognize that it's not just a philosophy, it's a practice. Here's what a sustainable supply chain looks like when put into action. We start at the beginning, ensuring our materials and services are procured in a way that mindful of both environmental and social impacts. Processes should be crafted to minimize waste and pollution, and as products reach the end of their life, one must plan for recycling or repurposing, closing the loop on resource use. Transportation should be tweaked for efficiency, reducing carbon footprints through smarter modes of transport and better planned routes. A sustainable supply chain must also uphold human dignity, ensuring that everyone involved works under fair and safe conditions. Economic viability is balanced with our commitment to ethical practices. Profit should never trump key principles. Sustainability is a journey, not a destination. A company must continuously assess and enhance its practices, staying responsive to new insights and the expectations of all stakeholders. When we speak of a sustainable supply chain, we envision a multifaceted system that not only functions efficiently but does so with respect for our planet and society. Let's discuss the objectives that guide us toward this vision. Our first objective is to tread lightly on the earth by minimizing our environmental footprint. This means diligently cutting down on waste, reducing emissions, and conserving energy. Secondly, fair labor practices are non-negotiable, and companies should be deeply committed to uplifting the communities where they operate. One's supply chain should be a force for good, socially and ethically. Thirdly, cost-effectiveness is balanced with the moral imperative of ethical sourcing. Sustainability isn't an expense, it's a smart, long-term investment. Fourthly, companies owe it to their stakeholders to be forthright about their supply chain operations and to hold themselves accountable for their sustainability performance. A robust supply chain is one that's prepared to face economic, social, and environmental shifts with agility, ensuring continuity amidst global challenges. Lastly, a company should be dedicated to perpetual progress. By evaluating and refining their practices, they continuously drive their sustainability performance forward. Let's move on to how a company can adopt a sustainable supply chain perspective in daily operations. Implementing this viewpoint is not just beneficial for the environment and society, but it also offers a competitive edge for your company. By integrating sustainability into each decision and process, we create a supply chain that anticipates and meets the future demands of customers, regulators, and the global community. Our discussion will cover practical steps, the rationale behind them, and how this approach leads to both immediate and long-term gains for businesses. Let's explore the significance of sustainable supply chains for small businesses. Embracing sustainable practices is more than an ethical decision, it's a strategic one. Sustainable supply chains respond to the growing demand for environmental stewardship and social responsibility. They position small businesses to better navigate resource scarcity, climate-related disruptions, and complex regulations. By operating sustainably, small businesses build brand trust and loyalty with consumers who value responsibility. Ultimately, this commitment to sustainability fosters innovation, ensuring resilience and long-term success. In the following slides, we will dissect each of these points to understand why sustainable supply chains are not just good for the planet, but good for business too. Let's delve into the actionable steps small businesses can take to embed sustainability within their supply chains from various critical standpoints. Adopt a mindset that prioritizes the minimization of your ecological footprint through resource efficiency and waste reduction. This will allow your business to move forward by incorporating eco-friendly technologies and practices wherever possible. Commit to upholding fair labor practices and respecting human rights across your operations. Engage with and contribute to the growth of the communities where you do business. Maintain and constantly improve health and safety standards for all workers. Forge a supply network known for its resilience and transparency, where information flows freely. Collaborate closely with stakeholders, sharing best practices and resources. Cultivate long-term relationships based on ethical sourcing and mutual success. Identify and leverage cost savings that emerge from adopting sustainable initiatives. Invest in sustainable technologies and processes that promise returns over time. Understand and harness the economic advantages that come with maintaining a sustainable brand image. Incorporating these perspectives into your business strategy can make your supply chain a beacon of sustainability. As we proceed, we'll take a closer look at how these strategies benefit businesses and the broader world we're all a part of. Collaboration and partnership are cornerstones for sustainable supply chains, especially for small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs. Let's explore how joining forces can be a game changer. Individually, SMEs might have limited sway, but together, they can create significant momentum towards sustainability. Sharing costs and resources makes it feasible for smaller players to embark on sustainability initiatives that might otherwise be out of reach. In another form of collaboration, collaborative networks are hotbeds for the exchange of insights and innovative approaches. Partners can streamline their resource use, driving down expenses while enhancing productivity. Coming together allows partners to tackle intricate sustainability challenges with a broadened scope of expertise. Finally, by pooling diverse skills and knowledge, partners can catalyze breakthroughs in sustainable practices faster than going it alone. Through collaboration and partnerships, SMEs can scale their sustainability efforts, turning the challenge of limited resources into an opportunity for shared success and innovation. Building robust sustainability partnerships is about more than uniting for a common cause, it's about strategically aligning with those who can amplify your efforts. Here are the steps to forge these vital connections. Define sustainability criteria. Start by setting your sustainability compass. What specific standards and goals are you looking for in a partner? Solid criteria guide your search. Research and mapping. Scout the landscape. Look for companies, NGOs, and industry collectives with a sustainability ethos that resonates with yours. Networking. Get out there. Industry events, sustainability forums, and online communities are fertile ground for connecting with potential allies. Compatibility check. It's essential that your values and organizational cultures mesh well to ensure a partnership can thrive over the long haul. Strategic engagement. Open a dialogue with entities that stand out. Explore common ground and opportunities for collaboration. Pilot projects. Test the waters. Begin with a smaller collaborative effort to gauge the relationship and its impact, then consider scaling up based on outcomes. This process helps identify and forge alliances that are rooted in shared commitment and strategic alignment, setting the stage for collective sustainability success. Greening the supply chain isn't just a concept, it's a comprehensive practice that requires commitment at every step. Let's walk through the practical guide to make this transformation happen. Baseline assessment. Begin by reviewing your current supply chain operations to identify your environmental footprint. This will serve as the starting point for all future greening efforts. Identify opportunities. Search out chances to boost energy efficiency, cut waste, source sustainably, and optimize logistics. Set improvement goals. With clear priorities in mind, establish realistic but ambitious targets for your green initiatives. Employee involvement. Educate and engage your team in sustainable practices. Their participation is crucial in making these initiatives successful. Supplier collaboration. Ensure your suppliers are on board with your sustainability criteria and support them in advancing their green practices. Customer engagement. Communicate with your customers about the importance of your sustainability endeavors. Introduce sustainable product options and encourage participation in take-back schemes. Track progress. Set up systems to monitor the advancements of your green initiatives. Reliable data is critical for informed decision-making. Transparent reporting. Keep stakeholders updated on your progress with clear reports, newsletters, or website updates. Refine strategies. Finally, use the insights gained from your tracking to tweak your approaches and set new goals, continually pushing the boundary of what you can achieve in greening your supply chain. Today, we're focusing on 4 key strategies that catalyze eco-efficiency within operations. These are actionable steps that any business can implement to not only become more environmentally friendly but often to realize cost savings as well. Energy efficiency. To enhance operations and transportation, we look at optimizing our energy use. This includes investing in energy-efficient technologies and considering the adoption of renewable energy sources, such as solar or wind power. Sustainable sourcing. We prioritize partnering with suppliers who have a demonstrated commitment to environmental stewardship. This means choosing suppliers that have eco-certifications and use sustainable materials in their processes. Waste management. A key factor in eco-efficiency is minimizing the waste we produce. Through strategies that focus on reducing, reusing, and recycling, we can lower the environmental impact of our waste footprint significantly. Packaging. We aim to reduce our use of packaging materials wherever possible, and when we do use them, we choose materials that are recyclable or reusable. By embracing these strategies, businesses can not only improve their environmental impact but often enhance their operational efficiency and cost structure as well. In this part of our presentation, we move to the heart of the circular economy in the context of supply chain management. We will explore key concepts that define and differentiate a circular supply chain from traditional linear models. A circular supply chain is designed to be regenerative by intention and ensures that products and materials are kept in use for as long as possible. This is achieved through strategies like designing for longevity, maintaining, repairing, reusing, remanufacturing, refurbishing, and recycling products and materials. Understanding these core concepts is vital for implementing a circular supply chain that not only addresses waste reduction but also fosters innovation and generates new business opportunities. By the end of this section, you'll have a deeper appreciation of how these principles can be applied to create a sustainable, circular flow of resources. Let's dive deep into one of the fundamental concepts of a circular supply chain: design for longevity. This approach is about crafting products that last, challenging the take-make-dispose mentality and embracing sustainability through extended product life. Firstly, our aim is to create products that endure. By using high-quality materials and robust construction techniques, items are built to withstand the test of time and use. Secondly, we design with repair in mind. Products should be easy to disassemble and reassemble, with standardized components that are accessible and simple to replace. Thirdly, and building on the second point, consumers evolve, and so should our products. By allowing for component upgrades, we extend the product's relevance and lifespan. Fourthly, modular design enables individual components to be swapped out, upgrading or repairing specific parts instead of discarding the whole item. Fifth, standardized parts ensure ease of replacement and repair. They can be widespread across different products, reducing complexity and waste. Sixth, an aesthetic that endures. Classic designs outlive trends, reducing the inclination to replace items simply because they're no longer in style. And finally, it is important to enable users and local technicians to perform maintenance and service, ensuring that products stay in working order for as long as possible. By incorporating these principles into product design, we can significantly reduce waste and resource consumption, moving towards a more sustainable and circular economy. As we continue with the core concepts of a circular supply chain, we turn our attention to material recovery. This crucial strategy focuses on reclaiming materials from end-of-life products, thereby curtailing the need for new, virgin resources and lessening our environmental footprint. To help with easy repair and replacement, it is good for products to be easily taken apart and put together again. This design foresight streamlines the material separation and recovery process. Naturally, it is important to have a robust systems to manage the return flow of end-of-life products. This includes logistics from the customer back to the point of recycling or remanufacturing. Investment in, or partnerships with, facilities capable of processing recovered materials are essential. This could mean electronic waste recyclers, composting operations, or specialized material recovery sites. Clear labeling of materials eases the identification process, allowing for more efficient sorting and recovery at recycling facilities. Closing the loop involves bringing recycled content back into the production cycle, thus creating a sustainable ecosystem of materials. Innovation includes finding new life for old materials as key. Creative repurposing can turn what would be waste into valuable new products. Collaborating with suppliers who prioritize material recovery is vital. They can contribute components made from recycled materials, further strengthening the recovery loop. Through these concerted efforts in material recovery, we can work towards a supply chain that does more than just reduce waste, it actively participates in the regeneration of resources. Circular procurement is more than just a method of purchasing, it's a transformative approach that aligns an organization's buying power with the principles of the circular economy. It's a strategic process that emphasizes considerations like resource efficiency, waste reduction, and the life cycle impacts of products and materials at the point of purchase. Circular procurement aims to foster a closed-loop system, extending the usage of products and materials to their fullest and drastically cutting down on waste generation. As the gateway to the market, procurement wields significant influence over demand. Organizations with purchasing clout can shape market trends and encourage suppliers to innovate towards more sustainable and circular offerings. There's a growing movement among large corporations to seek out suppliers and subcontractors that embed circular economy concepts and sustainability practices within their business models. Through circular procurement, organizations are not just passive consumers but active participants in driving the transition towards a more resilient and sustainable economic system. Within the framework of circular procurement, there are several key elements that help steer purchasing decisions towards more sustainable outcomes. Emphasizing these elements can make procurement a powerful tool for sustainability. Choose products designed for durability and longevity. This reduces the need for frequent replacements, saving resources over time. Design for disassembly and reuse. Prioritize products that can be easily taken apart and where components can either be reused or recycled, prolonging material use and conserving energy. Recycled content. Select products made with recycled or bio-based materials. This supports recycling markets and reduces reliance on virgin raw materials. Take-back schemes. Partner with suppliers that offer take-back arrangements, ensuring that products are returned for refurbishing, recycling, or proper disposal at the end of their life cycle. Consider product-as-a-service options where the focus is on leasing or using the service provided by the product. An example includes lighting-as-a-service models, which prioritize performance over product ownership. By embedding these elements into your procurement practices, you contribute to a more sustainable and circular economy, driving market transformation towards responsible consumption and production. As we venture further into the sustainable supply chain journey, we'll be taking a closer look at supply chain mapping. This tool allows us to visualize and assess sustainability throughout the entire value chain. Supply chain mapping isn't just about capturing who does what and where, it's about understanding how each link in the chain impacts our sustainability goals. From raw material extraction to manufacturing, distribution, and end-of-life processes, mapping gives us insight into the flow of materials and products, energy and water usage at various stages, carbon footprint along the transport pathways, labor practices at supplier locations, and waste generation and recycling opportunities. By examining these aspects through our supply chain map, we can pinpoint areas that need improvement and celebrate the sustainability successes that are already in place. In this section, we will analyze different mapping tools and case studies, showcasing how these maps serve as a starting point for creating more transparent and responsible supply chains. Supply chain maps serve as blueprints that reveal the intricacies of sourcing, production, and distribution. They provide a visual representation of every stakeholder involved in the life cycle of a product, from conception to consumption. Some examples of areas which supply chain maps can highlight are the geographical journey of components, the interconnections between different suppliers and customers, how materials and information flow through the supply network, and the environmental touchpoints that are critical for sustainability assessment. These examples can give us a comprehensive view of how products travel across the globe and the various sustainability factors at play in these journeys. Supply chain mapping is a crucial exercise that allows businesses to visualize and understand the flow of materials, information, and financial resources in their supply chains. By creating these maps, companies can identify inefficiencies, risks, and opportunities for improvement with respect to sustainability. Example 1: Apparel manufacturer. A clothing brand might map out its entire supply chain, from cotton farms to textile mills, dye houses, garment factories, and distribution centers. This map would highlight key points where water and energy usage are high, or where labor conditions might be of concern. The resulting transparency and understanding helps the brand strategize on areas for improvement, such as sourcing organic cotton or ensuring fair wages. Example 2: Electronics company. An electronics company could use supply chain mapping to address concerns related to the sourcing of conflict minerals. By mapping out the journey from mineral extraction to component manufacturing and final assembly, the company can ensure that the materials used in their products are ethically sourced. Additionally, the map might reveal recycling opportunities for electronic waste, helping to close the loop. Example 3: Food and beverage producer. A farm-to-table mapping initiative for a food producer might involve tracing ingredients from their origins all the way through to the supermarket shelves. Key sustainability aspects such as pesticide use, transportation emissions, and packaging can be assessed for their environmental impact. Stakeholders can be identified for collaboration on local sourcing, organic farming practices, or compostable packaging solutions. Example 4: Automotive manufacturer. An automotive company's supply chain map might extend from raw material extraction, e.g., steel, rubber, to parts manufacturing, assembly plants, and dealerships. It would highlight opportunities for minimizing emissions in transportation, implementing energy-efficient manufacturing processes, and developing take-back programs for end-of-life vehicles. Supply chain mapping is a dynamic tool that is not only descriptive but can also be prescriptive, guiding companies to make strategic decisions that align with their sustainability goals and commitments. Supply chain mapping in the tourism industry provides a comprehensive visualization of the complex network of services and products that come together to create a travel experience. Example: Coastal resort destination. Imagine a coastal resort destination. The supply chain map for this location might include local infrastructure providers, including local construction companies that build and maintain the resort facilities. Hospitality services, hotels, restaurants, and entertainment venues, each with its own network of suppliers providing food, beverages, furniture, and more. Transportation services, airlines, cruise lines, and local transport like taxis and shuttles that connect travelers to the destination. Suppliers, local and international vendors providing everything from bedding and toiletries for hotels to equipment for recreational activities. Tour operators and travel agencies, companies that package and sell travel experiences, connecting tourists with the destination. Cultural sites and organizations, museums, historical sites, and ecological parks that contribute to the destination's attractiveness. The supply chain map would show not only these connections but also the flow of tourists through the destination, highlighting the interaction between various service providers. A sustainability-focused supply chain map in tourism might also consider environmental impacts, including carbon footprint associated with travel, waste management practices at resorts, and the sustainability of local suppliers. Social impacts, such as the effect of tourism on local communities, employment opportunities, and cultural preservation efforts. Economic contributions, the financial benefits to the local economy via tourism-driven revenue. A detailed supply chain map for tourism could be used to identify opportunities for increasing sustainability, such as promoting local ecotourism activities, supporting conservation projects, or improving energy efficiency within resort operations. Here is an example of a supply chain self-assessment tool from this course's additional material. Transforming traditional supply chains into circular ones is a journey that begins with introspection. For companies ready to make this shift, the initial step is a thorough evaluation of their current supply chain system. Identify each stage of your supply chain where take, make, dispose practices are prevalent. Mapping out these linear points helps pinpoint where circular principles can be introduced. Assessing waste patterns. Recognize and quantify waste in your current supply chain. This includes wasted materials, energy, and even processes that don't add value. Tools for mapping. Various tools and software are available to assist in creating detailed value chain maps. These can range from specialized supply chain mapping software to basic diagram or flowchart tools. Circularity assessment. Employ life cycle assessment, LCA, methodologies or similar tools to evaluate the environmental impacts of your products throughout their life cycle. This helps in identifying opportunities for circular improvements. By understanding where your supply chain stands today, you can chart a path towards a more sustainable and circular tomorrow. Building on the foundation of mapping and assessing the supply chain, the next crucial phase is fostering collaboration among all stakeholders to forge a gradual, manageable transition to circular operations. Use the supply chain map as a reference to list all parties involved. Opening a dialogue with these stakeholders is essential to appreciate their perspectives on sustainability and to gauge their readiness for change. Organize meetings or workshops and distribute educational materials to inform stakeholders about the significance and advantages of a circular supply chain. Collaborate to determine common objectives for circularity. These goals should be ambitious yet attainable, with clear timelines agreed upon by all parties. Develop a plan through a cooperative process that fosters buy-in and participation from everyone involved. The plan should lay out distinct actions, assign responsibilities, and define milestones. Establish quantifiable metrics to track progress towards circularity. Ensure that every stakeholder knows their responsibilities and the role they play in the collective effort. The plan you create will be your roadmap for the journey towards circularity, guiding your transition and helping to synchronize the efforts of diverse stakeholders. Great job on learning about sustainable supply chains. Now it's time for your own project. Look at your supply chain and think about how you can make it more eco-friendly. What changes can you make? Use the extra materials to help you figure this out and come up with some good ideas.